I mentioned just before the break there the re-recording you've done of the Declaration album. What's the idea there? What's been the reaction of it?
Well, it's been absolutely phenomenal, really. It's taken me by surprise because it was a real challenge to go back and look at these songs again because although I heard songs here and there, once I've finished a record, I don't really want to go back to it. I'm not an actual fan of my own voice, believe it or not.
Really?
No. But I wanted to play the record the way I saw Declaration.
Yeah.
You know, the record we made was produced to propel the band into arenas, and we got to play at stadiums with Bob Dylan and Bruce Springsteen and U2 and Neil Young. But inside the record was a much raw acoustic sounding record, stripped down. And I felt it would be good, more contemporary to play the record in that way. I see the White Stripes and Mumford & Sons, and they basically sound like The Alarm did in our garage in 1981, 82. And I wanted to show that the songs still had life today and still could work in all kinds of contexts, not just the setting of the 1980s, but set them free from the time frame and allow them to live as songs for the 2014.
Yeah, and it's dated so well. It's a very long time ago, of course, 30 years, but it shows the strength of the songs, I think.
It does. You know, I remember reading the lyrics and thinking how that you know, they've stayed with me for such a long time. When I play a gig, a lot of the songs still get played, and I've always loved playing them. I never tire of playing them because there's always so much to find in them. You read lyrics when you've gone through, you know, I've gone through 2 battles with cancer in my life, and you go back to some of these lyrics and they really fortify you, and they give you different meaning when you've gone through a life cycle and that's changed you as a person. You see these lyrics, they're still part of the family. Yeah. And they're still there for you when you need them.
And can you still relate to lyrics that you wrote when you were a 22-year-old kid? Now you're singing those songs 30 years later.
I can, yeah. You know, singing the song like The Spirit of 76 earlier on, you know, that's an autobiographical song. That's about me and my friends going to see The Clash and Boomtown Rats in Eric's in Liverpool and going to the Electric Circus in Manchester. But life took us on different journeys. But I still see those people in the high street in North Wales where I live, and we're still here, we're still friends, and although life has impacted us on all kinds of ways, the friendship lives on and can overcome differences. They can be put aside.
And you've worked with many different people over the years. Let's embarrass the conductor, who's a wonderful man called John Quirk, and he's your co-arranger as well. I've been telling him all day that he's done a tremendous job. He's far too modest to agree with me. But what's this guy been like to work with? Because the songs and the arrangements tonight are stunning.
Well, they call me the hardest working man in rock and roll, but I think there's a new man with a title.
Give John a round of applause. Come on. John Quirk. Thank you, John. And the orchestra are going to play for us again in a second. You've always been an inspirational character in many different ways in Wales, but particularly, I think, to young musicians. I just want to come over here a second. I've got a little bit of a surprise for you. A young band that never really got anywhere, but I know think the world of you. So if you just look over on that screen over there, there's a message from a group that's hoping for great things.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Wow.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
You too, ladies and gentlemen.
Congratulations. 30 years since Declaration. Wow. It's funny, over the last years, so many great memories I feel I've lost. But at the start, starting out, everything's so vivid, so sharp, so in focus for all of us, I think. And great feeling being on the road with the Alarm. Slight nervousness, you know, when we went on stage after you, because you had left nothing in the dressing room, as they say in sports. And you went out and grabbed our audience by the throat, and we had to grab them back. It's a great piece of work, Declaration. And Mike Peters, you're a piece of work yourself. Stubborn and fighting all the way for the best in yourself and others. We really, really appreciate you and salute you in your good health. So God bless you from all of us. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Mike.
Going out in a blaze of glory. Going out in a blaze of glory.
Wow.
That was amazing. BBC Wales, they can do anything.
Who were they? So there we go. Your old buddies, you too.
Wow.
You're so synonymous with with that band and touring and so on. Just before we get back to some live music tonight, just tell us a little bit about the story there. How did you end up sort of touring with you two? What was the connection and the initial story?
We first played with them in December 1981 at the Lyceum Ballroom. It was the last night of their October album tour. And we were on the bill and we were setting up. And Bono was at the sound check and he walked over to my little station and he picked up my harmonica and said, "What are these?" And he said, "I'm really getting into the acoustic guitar." And that was all we played at the time. And he invited us back to the Portobello Hotel and we got on like a house on fire. And we became really firm friends. And we ended up touring with them a lot when the War album came out. And in fact, when you two were playing the Under a Blood Red Sky concert in Denver, Colorado, that was an extension of their tour because they were breaking America. And they said they'd keep going on the tour if they could have a band that they liked opening for them, and that was The Alarm from Wales.
Wow.
And we went out to play with them, and our first gig in America was at San Francisco, in front of 8,000 people, and we weren't even known in Britain at the time. Our success came to us in America. We played on American Bandstand, we did MTV with The Stand, and that success came because of U2 and Bono. Bono and The Edge, that you see on the screen.
Yeah.
Before they would play their shows, we'd be driving into these American cities and we'd hear them on the radio and they say, "Don't play New Year's Day, play The Stand by The Alarm, it's amazing." and they really helped build our audience. And what was great about U2, and still great today, they're such a gracious set of people and musicians. You know, they opened the door for our generation into America. America was still in the grip of Led Zeppelin and Deep Purple and all that kind of heavy rock from the 70s. And U2 bust the door down. And instead of closing it like most people would, they kept it open for the likes of ourselves, R.E.M., all these great bands that followed. And we really owe a debt of gratitude to you two because they were so great to us.
You influenced them as well, I think, which doesn't always get said.
No, it doesn't. We were friends, we were sharing ideas, we were reading books, you know, we were listening to music together on the tour buses and in the dressing rooms. And I was showing Bono how to play chords. I taught him how to play Knocking on Heaven's Door. That was the first song he learned to play on the guitar. And you know, we both got to sing with Bob Dylan, and it was an incredible adventure together. And you know, I was really grateful to be part of their life, and I think we gave them something for their journey. And you know, we both had a punk background, but the big thing was we loved music, we loved life, we took it seriously. We were on the road. Bono says it about how the thing stayed in focus there, and that's what we wanted to take it away and bring it home with us and be able to look back on it and build on what we had. Well,
it's a testament to how much you obviously mean to them because they're in the studio at the moment. So I thought that was a nice thing. Big round of applause for you two.
Amazing.
Right then.